Welcome back to QORcast. And, it's me, Galaxy, and, Danny, the ugly one.
Okay.
I'm kidding. But today, we have some interesting news. We're going to be talking about the Game Awards and the results and what we think about it. First thing, we want to thank QOR Gaming for sponsoring the episode and letting us do what we love. And let's get right into it. So, make sure to get the merch. But starting off, it was a really good Game Awards. I think this was actually one of the best Game Awards we've had in a while.
I don't even care about the awards. Just all the announcements we got. I think the announcements were better than the awards entirely.
Yeah. I feel like the Game Awards has been more like, we have awards, but here's some of the announcements.
Yeah.
And it's been more, except Game of the Year. Like, they make that into a big thing, but everything else is like, oh, that's cool. But here's some really cool awards.
Game of the Year.
Yes.
A little controversial. Disappointing, in my opinion.
A lot of people would say very controversial. So if you guys don't know, Astrobot, the one game Sony made this year, won Game of the Year.
And it's the game that they basically replaced Little Big Planet with. They shelved Sackboy and Little Big Planet and made the same shit, but with a different IP.
But with their own little IP, basically. And so that's what happened. And by the way, this game, Astrobot, here's some of the contenders that it beat, by the way. It beat Metaphor Refantanzio, the Persona game that made by Studio Zero.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Okay. Elden Ring, the DLC should have not won. So
I'm okay with Elden Ring not taking it because of the DLC. I agree. As much as I love Elden Ring, I agree. Yeah.
Black Myth Wukong, China's first real big AAA game that got into the Game Awards. So this is huge. And Blatro, made by a singular guy, a card game. So it beat all of that. And everyone's like, how the fuck did it beat it? But if you really look really deep into it, everyone who played Astrobot had a blast and it was enjoyable. I didn't play it because I don't have a PS5.
Yeah, same.
So, but everyone who's had it or played it, everyone's agreed that this game was it's a platformer. They had fun. And
I'm very surprised to not see Black Myth Wukong though. I didn't play it either, but I don't think I heard a single person say a single bad thing about Black Myth Wukong.
Yeah, it was actually really, really good. And apparently they're making more of it. What we got was half or 60% of the game. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, apparently there's more chapters. They were supposed to release more chapters, but they were apparently it said they were in a rush. So we only have a little bit. So they're adding there's I don't know if it's going to be a DLC or a completely second game. But they said there's going to be more Black Myth Wukong.
Okay.
So I'm kind of curious how it's going to be. But yeah, it's interesting. I think Astrobot, it's a good game. I'm just happy Elden Ring didn't win because that was the only thing I cared about. I'm I don't care who wins.
If Elden Ring won, it would have changed it forever because then any big expansion would have to be on the table after that.
And then companies are going to be like, oh, why do we need to make a game when we could just make a DLC?
Yeah, just make a fucking... And I'm not complaining about Shadow of the Erdtree being an expensive DLC or anything. I think it's... The $40 price tag is warranted. It adds another 30 hours at least, and that's if you're really good,
really grinder. Yeah.
I
think, but no, we're not saying the game is bad. We're just saying the DLC should not be game. They should make their own category for DLC of the year because DLCs do matter. DLCs have a big part of gaming, and they make the game either better or worse.
I think though, DLC and expansion are two different things. So DLC, you could say when Call of Duty comes out with their zombies maps as a DLC versus Shadow of the Erdtree is an expansion. Yeah. I think I don't think there should be DLC of the year. I think if they made it expansion of the year, so it has to kind of fit a certain criteria.
I would agree. Yeah. But speaking of Elden Ring, we got a new game.
A new Elden Ring.
Out of fucking nowhere, by the way. This was I don't know how nobody leaked this. This was out of fucking nowhere. they're making a new Elden Ring game, but this Elden Ring game is not like what you guys think it would be. It's actually, it's a roguelike actually, and I showed Danny this. For some fucking reason, the Nameless King is in the trailer. If you guys watched it,
yeah,
he's just there, which is
there.
What the
and
fuck?
A lot of people are speculating the Firekeeper from Dark Souls is there too.
Yeah. And there is new bosses, by the way. Like in the trailer, you see like brand new bosses that we haven't seen before. So it's not like just reskin.
I don't know why fucking Nameless King is there, man. Like,
I mean, he's notorious in the Soul games.
Yeah,
so
he's now after like Elden Ring and stuff, maybe he's not one of the hardest bosses, but for the time, he was the hardest boss to ever come out in a Soul game. So he's got the clout from that.
But yeah, so like for anybody who don't know, it's a 3-player co-op survival action roguelike game. So this is an actual co-op. You don't have to do like a plugin for a co-op. You just got in and you can add your friends and play an actual co-op, right? It's set in a modified version apparently of Limgrave. It's the map changes through it cycles throughout every boss. So like, and then because this person who's like reliable, his name is Okami13 or Okami Games. He tweeted this out saying, "Spend about 10 minutes each day to loot, level up, and explore. Loots include new gear, items, perk, abilities, and buffs, etc. Face bosses at the end of each night. On the third night, face off against new powerful Night Lord to earn a special drop, upgrade, and character." All right. There is no crossplay, so it's actually just between your own game. So if you got a PC, it's no crossplay. Okay. There's faster movement speed and no fall damage.
So it's more platformer. And they did have they had like wall running. They had like instead of the horse, you have like a phoenix looking thing that you fly around.
There's simplified leveling system that's gonna happen. The map will shrink as day passes until the ultimately facing off the bosses. Unlock hero skins by completing runs, so it's no microtransaction. You actually have to work for some stuff, which is nice. It's nice.
Yeah, and FromSoft would never go for the fucking microtransactions. Coming to
PS5, PS4, Xbox, and PC, and also network testing coming February with registration starting January 10th. So, in a month, they just announced a roguelike Elden Ring. And within a month,
my calendar is marked. I'm not working for that. During that network test, I'm not working. I'm playing that shit.
It's just like classes. Like you can pick a class you can play. I'm guessing it's gonna be like mage, tank, all of that.
Because of the class system, I'm very interested to see how it is, because like kind of really making your character your own has always been a thing in the Souls games, and especially like Elden Ring took this like to the next level with the build customizability and stuff like that. So I definitely think it's going to be really interesting. I'm a little bit cautiously optimistic about it, because I think this is probably one of the most different things we've gotten from FromSoft in a while.
Yeah, they've never made a roguelike, I believe.
Yeah.
They've never really made a roguelike before, right?
Yeah.
So now like people were also noticing, speaking of Sekiro, if you saw in the trailer, there's parrying. Or like, there's a parry system in the game. So
there's
now people are gonna be like
Elden Ring.
Yeah, but like the way it was parrying, it felt like people were noticing it was like Sekiro, the way it was parrying. So now I'm curious, like, is it gonna play more like Sekiro with the Elden Ring elements now? So, but if you look some of these images like in the game, it's just insane. Some of these bosses they show and like the environment of the area and just what you have to do is kind of insane.
Mm-hmm.
And now, I mean, it's great because they were always, by the way, like I was like from software, how they noted it, they were always open to co-op. They always said, hey, if you can co-op with your friends, like we enjoy that, like we allow that. And now the fact that they're like, hey, we're going to actually put our own co-op where
co-op game straight up.
Yeah. So like, it's actually really good. And it's like, so it's a standalone. So, but my thing is like, this is insane. Like,
it's such like a random thing.
Yeah, because when did Elden Ring come out? Like what year? 2022?
Yeah, I think so.
So in 2022, then the DLC came out a year and a half? 2024. So how long have they been working on this for? And it's just like, since Elden Ring came out in 2022, were they just working on like, hey, let's make a roguelike in the spare time we were doing the Erd Tree and also. And yeah, it's because I really, my thing is, right, I hope they don't just recycle old stuff. I hope they really come out with new and like refreshing things in it. I understand it's gonna be a roguelike. It's, you know,
I
don't
think
take
it's
it
like,
too
it's
seriously.
more of a spin-off game than anything.
Yeah.
You know, like it's not like a real sequel.
A full-fledged
it's
soul
it's a
game.
spin-off.
Yeah, which is not a bad thing because I know Miyazaki has always said like Elden Ring was really good, but it's not his ideal fantasy game still. He hasn't reached that, which is
Crazy because he's released like every single one of his fucking fantasy games can be regarded as one of like the top 20 fantasy games of all time.
Yeah. So the fact that he says like, yeah, this still isn't my peak, and I'm like, what, bro? What is your peak? And now we're gonna see, because I mean, now we're not gonna be able to. We're not really gonna get a new like Souls-like game for like a while now. But I'm happy this is gonna like at least satisfy us for a little while. Yeah. But yeah, this is gonna be insane. We also got Witcher 4. I personally have never played any of the Witchers, but when it comes to CD Projekt Red,
best RPG games ever.
I hear that
up there with Elder Scrolls.
Yeah, because when it's CD Projekt Red, I mean, I do like them because they made Cyberpunk, and I know people are going to say, oh, on release it was shit, but now the game is fine. It's great. I consider it a top 5 game, in my personal top 5 game ever.
And let's hope that they learn from their mistakes from the release.
I think they would, because I was looking this up also. Apparently Witcher 3 had a pretty bad release also. On release, it had a pretty bad release. Like there's a lot of bugs also.
I can't even like remember what the release, because that came out when we were in like middle school or high school or some shit.
Yeah, we were 2014. Yeah, we were we were freshmen. Yeah. So, I mean, of course we didn't know, but when I was looking at it, apparently it did have a lot of bugs and had a lot of issues, and they fixed it over time. So, I'm hoping that they don't really like do this as a common thing where like, okay, we're gonna release a game and it's gonna be fucking polished.
Dog shit, and then we're gonna fix it later.
Yeah. Because they are also now working on another Cyberpunk game. I know they're officially done with Cyber 2077. They're done with it. They're officially done. So the game is polished. It's nice. But now we're hoping Witcher 4 is really out there, because next year is gonna be insane. Because I mean, my personal thing, Borderlands 4. One of my all-time favorite games is Borderlands 2. I really like Borderlands 3, but Borderlands 2.
I think it's like borderline. No pun intended. Borderline impossible to top Borderlands 2. Yeah, I'm not even a big Borderlands guy, and I would probably say Borderlands 2 is like a top 20 shooter of all time.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I'm not a looter shooter guy, but like I think Borderlands goes hard, or at least Borderlands 2.
And I think because, well, my thing is because I did everything in Borderlands 3, right? And my thing was everything about the game, when it comes to a mechanical standpoint, the guns and everything, is perfect. The issue was the story was dog shit. And you can ask anybody who's played Borderlands 3, they can agree the story was not good. They kept forcing like side characters, but the side characters were like annoying and not likable at all. The main villains, I liked them and they were fine. But they were trying to do this like Twitch streamers, but they're villains, and it's really cool, which is, I get it, it's nice, but they weren't intimidating like Handsome Jack or any of the DLC characters from Borderlands 2. They weren't intimidating, they weren't like, had like a real villain, they were forced, it felt like. And that was the issue with Borderlands 3, but the issue is now, Borderlands 4 has to do everything right. It has to be perfect, it has to literally be like Borderlands 2, or the Borderlands series is kind of being like not chalked, but it's gonna have like a bad image in a way where they can't replicate too. So I'm excited. It's gonna come out next year. So the Witcher 4 is coming out next year. Elden Ring coming out next year, and cross our fingers, GTA 6 does not get delayed. GTA 6 should come out next year also, which it's been a whole. By the way, it's been I think over a year now, where we haven't gotten another trailer. So.
No, the GTA 6 trailer came out like in June or something like that.
No way. GTA 6 trailer?
It hasn't been a year.
I feel like it's been like a while. So if we look this up, GTA 6 trailer, it came out over a year ago, yeah.
No way.
I see it right here. It says a year ago. The official December 4th, 2023.
Really? That's how long ago?
Yeah, and we have yet to get a second trailer after that.
Wow, I could have sworn that came out in like the summer.
Yeah, which is insane. But yeah, we have not gotten a trailer in now over a year. So we were hoping for it in the Game Awards, but I guess they're just not going to give it to us anymore, or they're not giving it to us now. But yeah, I'm excited. I know they announced the new Tekken character for Final Fantasy, the newest one. I'm guessing it's the new Final Fantasy, correct?
Yeah, Final Fantasy 16. I think. It came out
thoughts?
I'm not excited to play against him. He looks really cool, but he looks like a scrubby character. That's all I'm gonna say.
Do you think he's broken on release?
I hope not. I think he's gonna be, but I really hope I'm wrong. Because, I mean, like, everyone thought Heihachi was gonna be broken on release. And he really wasn't. As much as I like to complain about him, he's a pretty balanced guy. I really don't. I don't have any, like, personal attachment to Final Fantasy either. At least, like, the newer ones. So I'm not like, oh, this is so cool. I'm kind of just like, I'm excited for new people to play Tekken. Yeah. I'm excited for the people that he's going to bring in, but I'm not excited to fight against him. I don't want a guy with a sword and a fucking dragon flying around my screen. This is Tekken. We throw hands.
Yeah. From the trailer, he looked like insane from his abilities. But again, everyone looks insane in the trailer.
Yeah, of course.
So
the
it's
stage
like
looks really cool.
Yeah, the stage look. I mean, let's hope that there's not any controversy with the stage this time, and they actually learn from their lessons.
Yeah.
So let's see what happens
there. I think they said
there.
straight up that if you have the season pass, it's included. So
we'll see.
You're still gonna have to buy it if you don't have the season pass, but you'll get it for free if you're a season pass holder.
Yeah. So definitely we're gonna see upon that, and yeah, no, I think this Game Awards was actually really good. Overall, I mean, I don't think I had any issues with any of the categories. I think everyone. The biggest shock ever, best adaptation, Fallout won instead of Arcane.
Yeah.
I'm very fucking shocked that Fallout won over Arcane because Arcane was
I thought it was good. I'm not gonna say
no, Fallout was great.
But
Arcane had like a chokehold on everybody. So that's what was shocking. I mean, spoilers if you guys haven't watched Arcane, but we're gonna talk about the show. So if you guys haven't watched it, skip ahead.
I don't think we need to talk about the show, like any spoilers.
In case we do, but yeah.
But, I don't know. Maybe a bunch of votes for Arcane got slipped into the garbage or something like that.
I think it's because I mean, if you ask a lot of people, the last act was controversial in a way because I feel like it was rushed. There was a lot of questions that were not answered at all. Like, I think there was like a lot of things with Jinx and Echo that we didn't get any answered. The preparation before that whole big fight. Mm-hmm. I mean, I think also Vander kind of getting resurrected for a third fucking time. It's like, all right, dude. Like, put him to sleep. That whole scene with Isha and her sacrificing meant absolutely nothing. So it was like, okay, what are we doing here? Yeah. It was just a lot. So that also fucked everything up. I think it was just a lot. The last act, it was fine. I hope they kind of make up the next show they make. So we'll see about that. And yeah, no, I think this. Yeah, I'm for the most part satisfied with the Game Awards. It was really, really good, and I think I think a lot of big hitters are coming out next year. So the gaming next year is actually going to be really fucking good. Yeah. We're going to be seeing that. And yeah, so onto core news. We have an
Rainbow Six team.
We got an official Rainbow Six team officially now. And yeah, we're actually fucking killing it right now. We just recently won the Blitz Season 2 Asylum. We just won that recently. And we are currently playing in another Tier 2 tournament. I forgot the name of it. But we are playing that. And I think we're almost playing games almost every single day. Or at least 5 days a week. We're like playing a lot of games. These Rainbow Six guys, they play a lot of games. I'm pretty shocked. It's like every day it feels like they're playing.
Yeah.
And technically, I mean, it's only 2 games, but technically every single since we signed them since December 2nd, we're undefeated. That's all I'm saying. They joined Core, they're undefeated. Coincidence? I think not. Just putting that out there. We're undefeated. And we're coming back into challengers for Valorant next year. Hot as fuck. And on top of that, some of our boys are gonna dominate in 2x KO next year when it comes out. I'm just saying. Core, we're popping off.
2025 is the year of Core.
Bro, we're gonna pop off next year with Core. I'm just saying, you guys know right now. But yeah, thank you guys. I think that's all the news for now.
Yep.
So thank you guys for watching. So I believe this is, I think, next episode.
Next episode is the last of season 3.
Yeah. So next episode will be the last one for season 3. I know we're gonna be going on like a little bit of a break. We're coming back next year, technically. So we're coming back around mid-January, early to mid-January for the episodes, and we're gonna come out with like a new format, a whole new thing. We're hopefully gonna bring more guests. Also, I know guests are pretty cool to bring on, so we're gonna do that, and we're gonna bring more guests into it. And yeah, so next episode we're gonna it's gonna be our last episode for the season, and then we're coming back for season 4.
Yeah.
And make sure to check out merch, QORgaming.com/shop. Check it out and let us know about it. Alrighty. Goodbye.
Bye.